Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the brand new episode of the Enlightenment podcast, where we talk about ideas that transform your life. Today, I'm joined with my long-term friend, Pippa. She has her own YouTube channel. I'm very fortunate to say that her YouTube channel is growing, and she's in Spain right now. So, surprise. And today, we're going to talk about the Devi. I know you have some things to say about that, Linga Bhairavi, specifically Sadhguru's creation. So take it away, Pippa. What do you have to say on this topic?
Well, first and foremost, do you feel her as a living presence for yourself?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Mm. And do you feel her similarly as you feel sadhguru or dhyanalinga or other energies, or is it more like a form?
It's more like a form.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yep. Sadhguru is Sadhguru. The dhyanalinga is more like a technology. But Linga Bhairavi is more like a being, but not so evolved being. And I do see her as a woman. She's very materially focused, has lots of material abundance, and she can teach you. Like you go to a travel agent and she's there and she can tell you, hey, this is what you got to do with your house. So this is what you have to do. Here's some energy. Here's some stuff. Use this. It's very nice. So she can put a blanket of warmth and comfort and safety around you, which feels very
Mm.
nice.
And how do you connect to her?
I have some technologies that allow me to connect to her. I have the Linga Bhairavi Goody, as well as other forms, pictures, and she requires food in terms of fire. So if you light a fire, she'll be there.
Mm. Interesting.
What about yourself?
Yeah. Mm, Before I went to Isha Yoga Center, I connected to her a little bit. And I remember making a painting once in which I really felt her presence. And I feel like she was painting it. Um, but then in Isha, I mainly focused everything towards dhyanalinga. I spent all my time there. Into the Devi temple a few times, but I felt like it wasn't my place to be at the time. And so I also didn't feel I felt energy, but I don't feel like it was her presence coming towards me, or like there was not a lot of contact. And so now I'm in this house of a big Devi devotee, and I feel her here, but I'm still a bit like hesitant because I don't, I wouldn't say that I'm a good devotee. I'm quite yeah, controlled, as I said
Mm.
before, or I feel that way, and I feel like I'm lying if I go too much into like, oh, I love you kind of approach. uh but I can just sit in front of the goodie and feel that presence, and I know I actually also feel that it's touching me already and doing things. um But yeah, this thing about it being a being and being more of a presence than other energies of Isha is something that somehow scares me, because then also the idea of being liked or disliked by her, I find scary. And the idea of devotion in itself and offering yourself is something that I feel that I can only fake unless it comes natural. So I don't know how to do it. With Dhyanalinga, it's quite simple. You can look at the picture and then close your eyes. That's the only instruction. But like how to be a devotee, it doesn't exist for me.
Yes. I would say that you have to be willing to be lose yourself in her. You have to be willing to go mad, become madness.
Mhm.
And also, I would suggest that you don't become a devotee, that you treat her as a friend, just a living person, like a girl. Hey, girl. And that's how I treat her. I don't say,
Mm.
"Oh, Davy, oh please, oh please." She requires food just like anybody else. Here's some fire. Here's some fruits. Here's some devotion, but here's minimum amount, whatever I can give. Other than that, she's like a business partner. She's here in my house. She has access to my house. Hey, you take care of my house just as if it would be your own. Whatever you want to bring, whatever you need to get me, whatever, anything. Just here, help me out. Okay. She's very willing to do that. So become her business partner. Don't think that you're some sort of inferior person. Oh, Davy, oh, Davy. Nah, nah. Davy's your friend.
Okay, that's a nice perspective.
So what else about Davy?
Mm.
Maria, by the way, is she's a subscriber of mine. I chatted with her. She showed me pictures of so many yantras and so many spiritual technologies she has from Sadhguru, from Isha. And now you're in her house. She invited you. So I'm very happy about that.
Yes, me too. It's lovely. Yeah, what else about Devi? Why do you think Sadhguru created her?
Sadhguru said before creating the dhyanalinga, he should have made the Devi temple first, because that lays a nice supportive energy for what's to come, a much bigger project. But he couldn't do that. He had to make the dhyanalinga first. Why did he make the Devi? Because first and foremost, it is fundamental to that whole energy system that he created in Isha. It was a requirement. Second reason, more superficial reason, is that it's something that was needed in terms of spiritual well-being and well-being in general. So people need to eat food, people need to make money, people need to be financially prosperous or physically prosperous, and that deity helps you a lot with that. For health reasons and so many other reasons, this being helps with that.
Mm.
And lastly, he created it in order to appease some occult people, because people were thinking about how to take over the dhyanalinga as it being such a massive energy source. And he appeased that by making the Devi temple. The Devi temple is an occult temple. In fact, that's what I sensed and felt the first time I was there. I visited the Dhyanalinga temple and it was like, wow, this is just a monster spiritual powerhouse. Amazing. I don't even know what it is. There's some small adjectives. And then leaving that space, the Dhyanlinga, going to the Linga Bhairavi temple, I instantly felt, wow, this is a huge occult temple. You can do so much occult things here. This could satisfy you for years or lifetimes. So it's also a kind of a protection.
Mm.
Yeah.
About taking over dhyanalinga, I've also read that and heard that um, about the necessity of having an occult temple. But what does it mean? Like, how could you make use of dhyanalinga in ways that is not wanted?
Um, if I had access to that, I would wrap a cotton cloth around the Dhanalinga and then tie it to some notebook or some other energy space, something that I want to manifest, something. And then have this generator generate my little
Mm.
desires. There are just so many things. It's like a nuclear power plant. You can, if you know how to use it, oh, you can do a lot.
And do you think this protection measure of the Devi temple actually works? I mean, it maybe satisfies some desires, but if you know how to make use of dhyanalinga in that way, then why wouldn't you still do it?
Well, I have questions about that too. Spiritually, I see that Linga Bhairavi creates energy. It's not like she can physically do anything. But as the energy is created, if you go into it with malicious energy or some other type of energy, it'll get foiled in some way or another because the energy of hers overwhelms you by a large extent. You can't hide. At the same time, physically, you can't do anything with the Janalinga. People are there. People will prevent that. Also, I think in support with the Linga Bhairavi temple. So people know what to do and how to do it, and the physical maintenance and well-being is very strong there, well taken care of. So physically, nobody will be able to do anything. Meaning,
Mm.
wrap a rope around the dhyanalinga and wrap it to themselves or whatever.
Mm. Mm. Okay.
I was in Nepal, and there's a Linga Bhairavi temple in Nepal also. It's much more unique than the one in Coimbatore in Sadhguru's Isha Yoga Center, because the one in Nepal has a third eye active. When you go to the one in Linga Bhairavi, I mean in Isha Yoga Center, it's very pleasant, very nice for well-being and for health and for things that are to do with your body. But when you go to the one in Nepal, it's like a fierceness, a different kind of intensity. It's just burning with
Mm.
intensity, with the desire, with focus, with enlightenment, because it has a third eye also energized into it. So I like the one in Nepal better, much better, because it was more satiating.
Mm.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a video of you when you were close to that temple, and it was one of the most beautiful shirts that I've ever seen. You're not saying anything, you're just like turning around, filming yourself, and your face is
Mm.
just so expressive. It's a really good one.
Yeah, it's a very powerful energy space. I think you like that video also because of that fact. When I
Mm.
first walked into that and stepped into there, the energy is so powerful. You can feel it. It's so overwhelming. And it's like a kingdom or a palace. And we all should live in spaces like that. We should make spaces like
Mm.
that for ourselves. If you don't, it's a crime against humanity and against yourself.
Yeah, may that happen to all of us.
I want to create something like that, like the Linga Bhairavi temple. Linga Bhairavi has 3.5 chakras, like you said in your video on your channel. Quite complex to make that.
Mm.
You have to duplicate yourself in some way. Whatever energy centers you have to basically take that and throw it onto some other object. Not easy to do that. And let alone taking your energy from a chakra or from whatever your body, throwing into an object, that's one thing. But then the second thing is giving that thing life in order for it to have a consciousness and its own free will and desires and thoughts like Linga Bhairavi does. She just doesn't have a physical body that can move around. That's a totally different thing. But as the years progress, I'll see how to do this, and it would be nice. I don't really have such plans. Maybe my plans will get foiled or some bigger thing will come. I don't really know what is going on, but I would like to create something that's lasting for 1,000 years or more. That's my kind of goal. Because why else? What else am I going to create? Something that'll last 1,000 years, people will benefit from, and that'll make me feel very happy when I leave.
Mm. That would be beautiful. I would love to witness.
Also, these spaces are so mm, desireful. People desire them so much because they offer so much intensity of life. So much intensity is there. Not only to create it, but also to witness it and maintain it. So much intensity, and intensity is what we all desire. You know,
Mm.
we all want to be intense and seek a profound experience of life.
So you were saying that there's a difference between consecrating it with 3.5 chakras or more possibly, and giving it life.
Yeah.
How how so?
Well, we can take a stone or a rock. I think this was done in Greece. Sadhguru went to Greece or one of these countries and said that this is 3.5 chakras: the maintenance center, the solar plexus, and the sacral chakra. But I didn't see that being alive like the Linga Bhairavi. So you can just throw your life energy out and it'll just hold it. It's just nice reverberation. It'll help you. If it's the maintenance center, it'll make you feel very calm and relaxed and help you to be healthy and so on and so forth. But to actually throw your energy centers in a way that makes a conscious life, that requires more planning, I would assume, and knowing on how to make her body also, because the temple is her body. Um, yeah, I'm not sure how these things go yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Mhm. I have questions about consecration because I feel that I can put my energy into something. Um, but then working with specific chakras, I don't really sense that. And yeah, maybe I should just try. But can you share more about how that works or how
Yeah,
to get
can you
started?
elaborate more on that? Can you expand?
About what I feel and experience?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes the first thing that I clearly, very clearly felt energy of in my life was the earth. And that was something that I, at some point, could just move. And to the extent that other people could feel me moving it into them, kind of. And then there was this practice from Teal Swan in which you energize water with, I think, loving energy. And this is something that I could also very clearly feel happening, like as if I moved something into the water and then I felt this becoming alive there, the glass of water in my hands. And so I just experimented a bit with how can I move my energy. Mm, but I'm not sure. Like it's as if you're putting your awareness somewhere, and then naturally it seems like energy is flowing there. But I don't know if that actually is the case. Sometimes it seems that way, sometimes it's more vague. And then also, I don't know what kind of energy or, yeah.
Good question. Mm, let me just light my lamp here. 1 second. So I have some fire. Yogis that choose to consecrate things sometimes leave with the consecration because, or meaning, they want to give their own energy onto something and create a Linga Bhairavi temple or some other temple, and it takes all of their life energy. And they basically take their life energy, throw it onto the stone or object, and then that's it. They can no longer hold on to the body, but they create something that lasts lifetimes. So, in order for you to move energy outside of your body, you have to first and foremost have a surplus, a large surplus for this to be, yeah, have any impact. If you don't, well, you won't be able to take it out in the first place, and also you'll be scared because this is not a simple thing that you're doing. You're going to the hospital and donating blood for the people that need it. But you can do this maybe once, a month or a week or however long. But if you think you're going to do this every day, the graveyard is what that's what you're calling to yourself. So I would say you need to cultivate your energy more, and there's no need to push your energy out unnecessarily. If it's not, yeah, if it's your desire to do so, I'm sure it'll come and it'll happen. But there's nobody's requiring you to do that. There's no homework for that. And continue meditating, continue cultivating your energy. Um, yeah, It will come.
Mm.
Yes.
But you say things like, you should consecrate your room. So then I try.
Okay. Well, I'm responding to your individual question right now. I said many things in the past, yes. You should consecrate your room in any way that you can.
Mm.
Yeah. You have to also have an active throat chakra, the Vishuddhi energy, for this to happen.
Mm.
I see you're wearing the appropriate tool or technology for that on your neck. I sell this on my website also, shameless plug, shivakailash.com. And yeah, it took a while for me to do this, for this to happen, for me to see how energy works inside of me and for me to move it around. It's very simple. It's very simple, but it takes a long time to get there. Um, but you'll get there, no matter what, inevitably.
Mm. For example, this Steals One practice, she just offers it in a course that is very general to wide public. So she thinks that everyone is capable of putting something into water. Then what is it you're doing? You're not consecrating it, but you're still somehow changing what it is, or you're able to put an intention in it somehow.
I would say that's the dictionary definition of consecration, is to take
Mm.
an ordinary object and to change it into a divine possibility or an other possibility. So if you take water and you take your own life energy and put your life energy into the water, you have consecrated it. You've changed it into a divine possibility. Similarly with a stone or mercury ball or any other object or even to empty space, you can do
Mm.
this. That's consecration. Um, when life leaves or when energy leaves, it leaves from your own body. Always. You can't necessarily take it from other places, although you can take it from the Dhyanalinga temple. You can connect the Dhyanalinga temple to, let's say, your house, and you can charge your house up with it. And it's also simple. So this requires imagination. You have to see what you're doing, and it
Mm.
requires your ability to connect with life forces beyond the physical or through the physical. So it requires these two places, the third chakra and
Mm.
you can do this. And when consecrating or when putting life energy into something like this, which is what I sell on my website, shivakailash.com, this is a mercury pendant you can wear. The energy will hold this like an organ holds life in your body. Organ holds life. Your organs hold blood, and they do its separate individual function, just like this. And just like the temple in Isha Yoga Center and the Linga Bhairavi temple in Nepal, it's made with lots of solidified mercury. And that acts as organs for this energy. It acts as a recipient. And then the Devi takes form because she has enough bones and things inside of her.
Mm.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. Mm.
So for now, my only goal and priority is to fully maximize this human body, human potential, just as Sadhguru has. I'm rewatching some of his videos now with Theo Vaughn and a recent documentary or interview he did with somebody else, some young man. And that man is so incredible, Sadhguru. Wow, amazing. Also,
Mm.
what comes to mind is the Sadhguru Sri Brahma's Mahasamadhi place, which I have many videos about on my YouTube channel. Me going there, spending time there, and feeling how the energy is. It encompasses everything that there is to do with the human body, human mechanism. So when the desire of before this comes, I just think about that place and I feel the energy and I'm morphing myself into this. I want it all to be active. So if you want to watch a video of me being there, it's right on the trailer of my YouTube channel. It's the first video you see
Mm.
when you click on my YouTube channel.
I'll definitely do so.
All right, that's it. Thank you so much, Pippa, for joining us on this show.
Thank you, Shiva.
If you don't have any further questions, we'll leave it off here. And subscribe to Pippa's channel. I'll link her channel in the description. See you soon. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you.